Despite government's ban on land transactions and evictions during the lockdown period, the country has witnessed several unlawful evictions and property demolitions around the country. According to Beti Kamya, the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, the perpetrators collude with government officials.
They collude with RDCs, they collude with DPCs, they collude with area police stations, they collude with even people in my own ministry, in the Ministry of Lands, in the various offices that are spread through the country.
She has warned people who enter land transactions and consider only title holders and forget other parties.
You also have to take care of the interest of the vivanja holder and also the equitable interest of other people who are using that land.
In the event that one has to evict people, there are strict guidelines to follow before the eviction, which Kamya says have been ignored.
Even if you get a court order, you have to give notice of at least 30 days. And when you give the 30 days notice, you have to come after the notice with a letter from the IGP. And in the IGP letter, there will be guidelines on how to evict people. Among items in the guidelines will be no destruction of property, respect for lives, no violence.
Kamya plans to present a paper to Cabinet which will guide Parliament to come up with a law that will hold law enforcement officials personally accountable for their involvement in illegal actions against the people.
A law that criminalizes or takes or puts the burden on the RDC, the DPC, and the police station as individuals.
The Lands Minister has also addressed public concerns over land grabbers who hide behind the army and State House officials.
They are just gamblers, they are fraudulent, they are enemies of the president. I have seen some letters where the president has allowed government institutions, particularly Uganda Land Commission, to allocate land to some investors. But the president's letters always qualify his letters saying as long as there are no ownership or residence wrangles.
After suspecting some special land titles issued to unscrupulous people who connive with officials from the ministry she heads, Beti Kamya has called for a comprehensive report on special land titles issued during the last 4 years.
Special land titles that were issued since 2016, this term, I want to investigate them, and if there's a land title special that sits over an original title, I want to assure you that the special land title will be cancelled.
Kamya says her ministry has also established a land information system that will alert owners if there are any transactions or inquiries being done on their registered land.
If somebody is trying to search on the land, or to put a caveat on your land, or to mortgage your land, or to even inquire from the Ministry of Lands, you should be able to get an alert on your phone.
Kamya believes her ministry is dealing with smart people who take advantage of the loopholes in the land management regulations, but her ministry is ready to expose them.
In fact, the president has interdicted some of them. You know, there's a lady called Kurata who was recently interdicted by the president, who I think was responsible for a lot of land issues.
Patrick Senyondo, NTV.